Hi, and welcome to second grade English Language Arts for eXtend Homeschool Ministry. My name is Deanine Moore, and I am the tutor for this particular course. Just to give you a little bit of information about me, I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and you can trust that I'm going to treat your children with the love of Jesus. I am also a wife. My husband's name is Antonio Sr. We've been married for 9 years, and we have two boys, AJ, who is 5.5, and August, who is 1. I am also a homeschooling mom. So I've been homeschooling for the last 2 years as far as officially homeschooling. I also was a homeschool tutor a few years ago as well. And I'm also an educator by trade. I've taught kindergarten, second grade. Um, I've done some tutoring during that process. I did teacher support. I was an assistant principal for a couple of years. So just, kind of run the gamut, but a teacher to my heart. For second grade English language arts, I'll accept students as young as 6 years old and those up to those who might be turning 9 during the school year. This gives a range so that students can still connect and build relationships with each other, um, but also give families some flexibility as well. As you know, we meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And in this course, it's really important that we're continuing to build on that foundation that we've started in first grade for strong readers and writers, continuing with that explicit instruction in grammar, in phonics, in handwriting, really giving students an opportunity to explore some different types of literature as well. For the class home balance, as you know, with the 55 minutes that we have twice a week, I will be introducing all of the new content, also giving students an opportunity to have some practice time and do a little bit of reading as well. Especially at the beginning of the year, we're really there will be a strong focus on Shirley grammar, but we'll start to have a little more time for reading as the year goes through, as far as talking about some reading comprehension strategies and skills that we'll introduce in class that students can then practice at home. For spelling, phonics, and handwriting, and of course, additional reading, all of that is going to be done at home. I'll provide you with the materials, but the onus is really going to fall on you for that. We will be using Shirley Grammar Level 2. So I'm going to pull up what you guys are going to use this year. I'm going to pull it up on, I have to come out of here just so you can see what the books look like. So on the screen, you should see, yes, you could get the whole kit if you want. It's about $50 for the whole kit, but you don't necessarily need to do that. We do need the workbook. So as you see, that's about $9. You'll need the practice booklet as well. And I'm also asking that you get the level 2 literature selections as well. So those 3 texts would be required. If you choose to, yes, you can get the teacher's manual, which is totally fine, which is right here. It's a little bit more expensive. If you do, I would encourage you to get it used. Of course, the other books are consumable, so you can't get those used, but for the teacher's manual, there's absolutely no reason why you can't get it used. And if you have questions about whether or not you should even purchase it, I'm happy to kind of talk you through it to see what is going to work best for you and your family. All right, I'm going to see if I can get back here. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, and of course, we're going to have some literature text as well. Oh, goodness, I went right out of it and then so I'll just tell you some of the texts that we're going to read. Palia's First Day is one of the texts that we'll read. We're also going to read Whoosh, which is about the inventor of the Super Soaker, which I think is kind of interesting because I know I always loved Super Soakers as a kid and kind of as an adult too. But that's off focus. So those are just a couple of the books that we're going to read. We're going to read Charlotte's Web as well. And there's one other that is slipping my mind right now, but we will have literature books. I am asking that students complete 2 book reports a year. We'll get into that in just a moment, but just wanted to let you know they can use any of the books that we've read or something else all together. Okay, as far as the materials and supplies that I expect students to have, just basic materials with the exception of a binder. That's kind of the only thing that may not be your everyday school materials, pencils, text. With the binder, it's going to be set up like this with the books broken down, except this is the level 1. So of course yours would be level 2, but this way they have all of the materials that they need right here in the binder, and it's organized in a way that makes it easy for them to access. Okay, there will also be a slight materials fee. It will depend whether or not we're meeting in person or virtually. For example, I want to be able to do fable literature pockets, and for that there would be a fee as far as the printing that would be required and to get the materials for that. Okay, it will not exceed $25. I will post it as soon as leadership has made the final decision about whether or not classes are going to be in person as scheduled or if we'll end up going virtual. Okay. As far as work and student requirements, there are 5 days of assignments. While we only meet for 2 days a week, definitely have 5 days worth of assignments. Everything is broken down for you. Now, of course, if you'd like to double up some days, you're more than welcome to do that, but there is the expectation of 5 days worth of work each week. There are weekly spelling tests done at home. You just shoot me the score using Google Classroom, and that's kind of how we handle that. Surely grammar tests are also done at home. You'll take a picture of those, also submit that via Google Classroom. That way there's less paper being transferred back and forth, and you get to keep everything nice and organized. I get to keep everything nice and organized in the system, and you'll be able to pull up the results really quickly. Okay. And as I said, book reports just twice a year. And in general, the goal is that children are coming in prepared and engaged during class time. Yes, there might be those crazy off days because we're human, but the goal would be that those are kind of few and far between, and that, grace will definitely be extended, but we hope that children come prepared and excited and ready to learn every time. For the expectations for you, as you know, you are the teacher of record. I am the tutor, but I'm here to extend your reach as you are homeschooling your child. With that, communication between us is super important. We want to make sure that we have very open lines of communication. If there's a problem, let me know so that we can try to work it out. For example, if your student is having a really hard time with a certain assignment and just can't get it done, just let me know, and we grace is there. As far as work submission, it is your job as the parent to submit all of the students' work via Google Classroom. Just because the technical components, it really helps if if the parent is able to do that. Okay, here's my contact information. You can email me or you can text me. The reason I just say text is best because you'll have a much quicker response time. As far as like phone calls, you have a voicemail I don't check quite as often. So if you really need to get a hold of me quickly, text is definitely best. It's going to be a great year. Take care.